All right, so now I'm recording on OBS while I'm streaming on OBS, and we'll see how this goes. Switchcraft is brought to you live 3 times a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern and on Saturday at whatever time I can get to it. Tune in live over at twitch.tv/runjumpstomp. This episode of Switchcraft is brought to you by Ben Tordoff. Support Switchcraft and my other content for as little as $1 over at patreon.com/runjumpstomp. Name, we'll call that patron. And we'll save. What episode is this? Is this 185? 185. Wow. SC 185. That was your game growing up. Which system did you play it on? Back B. All right. Episode 185 of Switchcraft is brought to you by Audible. Get a free book and directly support the show by checking out Audible. They have thousands of books from every genre. You're definitely going to find something you like. Just head on over to runjumpstomp.com/audible and get your free book today. I am currently I just finished reading Super Mario. Really good book, by the way. And I'm currently reading Freedom by Daniel Suarez. Fantastic book. It's a sequel, though. You got to read Demon before you read Freedom. So that is sponsor. That's right. I am coming up on episode 200 soon. All right. All right, starting right off, first off, I just want to let everybody know who didn't already know that we had a family emergency, and that is what necessitated us not having a show on Saturday. So for those of you that were like, where is Switchcraft? I'm very sorry that we weren't able to, that I wasn't able to put out an episode that day, but the show must go on. So we are now on episode 185, and today we're going to talk a little bit about a bunch of stuff. Nintendo accounts. So as of right now, as of today, you can now add members to your family group, and you can do this by going to accounts.nintendo.com/family. So you can start adding people to your family group there. Now, I don't really understand why Nintendo put this functionality out so far in advance of what it's going to be used for. And what it's going to be used for is the ability for us to share our Nintendo Online purchase with up to 8 other people, even if they're on different Switches. That's at least how it reads if you look at it. Hopefully Nintendo doesn't change the wording there. But it seems like you can, I could just grab random people out of chat, like Harvey P or like Kodiak Moonwolf, and we could, they could be on my family plan and I would pay for it and they would get it for free. So kind of weird that they would put this out, even though the service is not coming out until much, much later. We're talking like September, probably alongside with the launch of Smash Brothers. But I found it kind of interesting. I found it surprising. So anyway, it's now out and you guys can start setting up your family plans right now. All right, we'll call that family. Save. Hey, Doyle's Bane. Hello, Cadillac Fleetwood. I don't know if something that you said got changed because it was against the rules or something, or if you actually typed three asterisks. I'm not sure. All right. Okay, everybody. If you haven't already joined our Discord, you absolutely should. If for no other reason that awesome people are there that you can have a conversation with. However, there is yet another reason why you should join our Discord. In our Discord is a channel, and I'm looking at it right now, and the channel is called... I'm not looking at it right now. Where is it? I'm scrolling down. It's called Now in Stock. So on our Discord, which you can find at runjumpstomp.com/Discord, there is a channel there called Now in Stock. And even if you just join the Discord, mute everything else, and just have that Now in Stock channel live, that is going to be very, very useful to you. And this is the reason why. The only thing that people are allowed to post in that channel is when something that is hard to find or something that is rare, something like that, when it is posted online, of course, you buy your own, and then you take the link and you post it in Now in Stock so that everybody gets an alert on their phone. And everybody's like, holy cow, hey guys, it looks like we can pick up one of these things. And what is it that we're probably going to post about on there? Well, the NES Classic, which I know is very, very rare. Nintendo made not a whole lot of these, and I was going to grab mine and hold it up, but it's plugged in right now. Nintendo did not make very many NES Classics, and they ran out, and then they just said, well, we're done. And then last year, when the Super NES Classic came out, they said, well, we're going to make some more at some point. And I was a little skeptical, but Nintendo of America on Twitter has now said, excuse me, they said the NES Classic Edition will return to stores on June 29th. This system and the SNES Classic Edition are expected to be available through the end of the year. So we are going to be getting that stuff again, which is great news. I think it's fantastic that Nintendo's bringing it back. I don't like the way that they do it, though. It shouldn't be like, here it is, and then it's gone. It almost feels like Nintendo is taking a page out of the Disney Vault system, where they say, now you can buy these DVDs and you couldn't buy them before because they're I don't know what I understand it kind of creates a rush, but I don't like it myself. But anyway, if that comes out on June 29th, which is not that far away. So start packing your pennies away now. Get ready to buy an NES Classic. I am a big fan of the NES Classic. I have one. I went to a store and stood in line at 3 a.m, and I was very lucky to get one. Or not 3 a.m, at midnight, I mean. And then I went out the next day and got another one at a different store and gave that to my brother-in-law as a Christmas present that year. So if you don't already have one, you should definitely see if you can get one, especially if you like retro games. Hey, Cajun, I don't know how to say your name. Hey, Cajun? I'll just say Cajun. Welcome to the Nerd Nest. High five. Thank you for the follow to Gem16. I appreciate it. All right. Speaking of retro games, well, there's a rumor. This is according to a verified rumor via Nintendo Insider. Retro Studios, we finally know what they're working on. Now, I don't know if I believe it, but I guess that the rumor is that they are working on Starfox Grand Prix, which is a Starfox racing game. And, the more I think of it, whether or not it's true or not, you just have to remember that, always assume that all leaks are just a bunch of BS. I'm just going to assume that this is incorrect until proven otherwise, and it's not going to hurt me to do that. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to talk about it. The idea here, I think it's kind of a cool idea. I mean, if you think about it, Starfox is an on-rails shooter. And an on-rails shooter, while it definitely had its place back in the day, now that we have 2 sticks on every controller, it doesn't really feel like that's something that we need to have. I mean, an on-rails shooter really came a lot from making it easier to control a game like that, and also making it easier to control because if you're flying around in space, you can go any direction, and that means that the developer has to be ready for you to go any direction. So, another Star Fox game. I mean, Star Fox Zero didn't do so hot. People didn't really like it. Although I blame that more on the inclusion of the weird stuff where you got to hold up the Wii U and you got to watch this screen over here while looking at this screen for your targeting. That's really clunky and kludgy, and I didn't like that idea, and that's why I never bought the game. I feel like Star Fox just doesn't really have anywhere to go these days. And the idea of a Star Fox racing game is really weird to me, but I also kind of think it would be cool. It could either be awesome or it could be a complete disaster. So I don't know if this is true or not. I think that it definitely has some possibilities. But the idea that somebody is saying that this picture that we're looking at, if you're watching the YouTube video or if you're watching live, this picture that we're looking at of the logo, it's not like it. This doesn't seem like a whole lot of work in order to come up with a logo like this. So just because we see a piece of paper with a logo on it, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. But Star Fox Grand Prix, I like the idea of a game where you are racing in space. I think that sounds fun. And, we don't have an F-Zero game. And I think that Nintendo, this seems like something that Nintendo would do. They would take an existing intellectual property and put it into a completely different genre than it's ever been before and just see how it works. And, it's funny. I just finished reading a book called Super Mario, How Nintendo Invaded America or something like that. I can't remember the title. It's too long. But in there, they talk about this idea where Shigeru Miyamoto had said, look, there are no bad ideas. There are just ideas that are too difficult to implement now. So it's okay for us to take an idea that's not working, throw it in a drawer, and just leave it there for a while. And later, when the technology catches up to our ideas, we take that back out of the drawer and we say, you know what, let's give this a shot. And, that's the kind of thing where that's why Nintendo is that company that can surprise us. And I'm looking forward to finding out if this is true or not. Who knows? All right, we'll call that Star Fox. And the one before that was Retro. No, that was NES. And save. Fisto says, I have that same font on Word. Yeah, I don't think it's true, but it'd be cool if it was. Speaking of things that I don't think are true, but would be cool if it were, there is another leak, and as we approach E3, we're going to see lots of leaks, and then after E3's over, I bet you that we'll see a lot of videos where like, this is how I did this thing to make it happen. So this one comes from Nintendo Soup, is where I came across this, and that is that Isle Delfino DLC for Super Mario Odyssey. And they show some footage, and I'm not going to play the footage on the show because I don't want to incur the wrath of Nintendo where they would, mark my show for copyright. So I'm not going to show the video right now, but if you want to check out the video, you can click on the link in the show notes and check it out. And basically it shows Mario from Super Mario Odyssey standing in Delfino Square with, it looks like some, it's got some updated graphics in there a little bit. And if you're looking at the maybe I can zoom in on this. Yeah, there we go. If you're looking at the video right now, you can see there's 3 purple coins off to the side. And, they've got the user interface from Super Mario Odyssey, and you can tell that Mario has like these 2 little bumps on his hat that are clearly Cappy. And, it's pretty convincing. But overall, I just don't think that it looks very good. I could be wrong, but it just doesn't look great. And I would expect it to look a lot better. And when you look at just the screenshot, you can't really tell. But when you watch the footage, it just looked a little weak to me. I could be wrong, though. But this is also something that I think is a fake. I don't believe it for a second. I would love it if it were true, though. That is one thing that I will say about the extra content that has come from Super Mario Odyssey so far. They've brought out new costumes and stuff, but they really haven't given me a reason to go back to the game other than the Balloon World thing, which I thought was really fun. Fisto in chat says that Mario's shadow doesn't match the trees, so there's that. But I would love it if Nintendo would add other worlds, and you know what, even sell them to us. Sell me 3 worlds for $10, and I will pay that and go and explore those worlds. But I don't really want to go back and explore the same worlds that I've already finished. Especially this long after I finished it. I may go back to the game at some point, but I'm not like pining for it. However, if there were new worlds to explore, that would definitely convince me, and I would plunk down some money. So, Nintendo, most of the time, these fake leaks that we see, they're the things that people want. So just do it. Just do it. Let us go back to Isle Delfino, and, maybe even we'll get to use FLUDD again. Wouldn't that be neat? All right, so we'll name that Smo save. What if it's a rumor from... Uh-oh, I'm dropping frames like it's my job. Come on, stop dropping frames, damn it. All right, we stopped. I don't think that Nintendo really cares what we want. They give us what... Nintendo's very much like Apple in that way, putting that Nintendo decides what they think that we want, and if we don't want that, then too bad. Oh my gosh. Hey, there we go. Guys, I don't know if you knew about this or not, but we've got a showbot. All right, we've got a showbot, so feel free to recommend episode titles by doing !S and then the name of your title, just like Link31254 recommended that we call this episode Rumorcraft. Okay. All right, this next story, definitely not a rumor. This is for reals. It is here. Mario Tennis Aces pre-launch online tournament is coming on between June 1st at 6 p.m. through June 3rd at 11:59 p.m. Now that's for Japan. It is apparently going to be worldwide, so we'll have to convert our time zones. Go to timezoneconverter.com or whatever the website is, but figure out what your time zone is so that you can find out when the Mario Tennis Aces pre-launch online thing. I am so excited for this game. This game looks like so much fun. Very, very excited for it. And I guess we can download it early now. I thought I saw a story somewhere else that showed like the time when this was going to go live so you could download it ahead of time, but it's not in this story, so I must have added the wrong story to the show notes. However, there are also, along with this news, a couple of more trailers for Mario Tennis Aces. One is just showing off the game, and then the second one is showing off the single player mode, the adventure mode, which actually looks really fun. So I'm super excited. The Nerd Nest is going to have the Nerd Nest Open, that's our community on our Discord. It's going to have the Nerd Nest Open. We're going to have a blast. I am going to lose badly at that, I'm predicting, but I'm okay with that because I think that this game looks like an absolute ton of fun. All right. We'll call that tennis. Save. What's next? Ah, okay. So right now, actually, hold on. Let me stop for a second. I want to check and see if it's on sale or not, because it was on sale, and it may have changed since then. Doodly-doo. All right, how much is it? Yeah, okay. So let me just grab this. By the way, let me grab this link. Copy. All right. And I should have added that to show notes too. I'll add it. Well, you know what? Here's what I can do. History. Let me open it back up. Add to show notes. And I'm going to change this URL to be this. Create link. Close. All right. All right, right now, the South Park game for the Nintendo Switch is on sale. It is currently, and I wish I'd remember, I think it's $39.99 as opposed to $60. So that's on sale right now. And if you look at on Amazon, it's getting 2 stars. And a lot of the reasons for that is because it's kind of buggy. Now, the developers have said, look, we're working on patching this, we're fixing things up. But if you want to get that game, then now's probably the time, because I don't think it's going to get much cheaper than that, at least not for the foreseeable future. So it's currently $40 on Amazon, and if you buy it there, you will directly support the show if you follow the link in the show notes. Now, that's not really what we're talking about. The reason why I'm bringing up the fact that it's on sale right now is because there is a bug that people had run into where if you follow somebody into a phone booth pretty late in the game, you could get in this endless loading loop and it could delete your save, which is a huge issue that definitely needs to be fixed. Now, I previously had talked about this, but there's a Reddit user named M4TTI capital G, and they have found a way to get your save back, because that bug will delete your save. So I'm going to read exactly what they said here. They said apparently you can only use 3 of the save slots safely. So if all your saves have gone, even manual saves, try to remember which slot had your latest save in. Start a new game and save over all the other slots, and then delete the new saves from every slot apart from the one you think your last save was in. Once you only have 3 slots left, your old saves should magically appear. I can confirm that this worked for me. This is what they're saying, not me, because I don't have the game. So for example, if you think your latest save was in slot 6, save the new game in every slot apart from slot 6, then delete all of the new game saves. This should make your original lost game save magically reappear. I hope this helps. So if you have been hit with this game deleting bug, you know, it's not going to hurt to try that and see if it works. However, that being said, you could also wait for the developer to patch this, and hopefully that would happen sooner rather than later. But I just wanted to make sure that anybody out there who ran into this issue, they might be able to get their save back, which is, you know, that's pretty important. I have quit many games. I've quit many games because of a save game getting corrupted. My first Skyrim save on my Xbox 360, that save game got corrupted, and I just ended up giving up. Knights of the Old Republic, the same thing happened to me. My save game got corrupted, and I just said, no, I'm never playing that game again. So if you had your save game deleted, you might want to try that, or just wait for the patch. I'm not sure. I definitely think that the developer should be patching this, and they should be patching it very soon, because it's kind of nonsense that people have to jump through these hoops. But at this point, games are so complicated that it takes a lot of people using a game in order to find the issues with it sometimes. And if we wait for every game to be perfect, then we'll never play anything. So, I definitely understand how something like this can happen. I just hope that it gets fixed very soon. Save. Fisto, that's a good question. I don't know how they're going to deal with this when cloud saves become a thing. We have to wait and see what Nintendo's cloud save solution is. All right. Okay, it looks like we've got another rumor, and this one I am calling shenanigans on. This is posted on Twitter, and I'll go ahead and show it to you guys. It says, breaking! GameStop is putting up Nintendo Switch versions of Black Ops 4 on display. The reveal is 3 days away. Let's hope we find out more info there. Okay, well, first off, when I look at this picture, and if you're just listening, just use your imagination. But if you're watching the YouTube video or you're watching live, the first thing I noticed is that these game boxes, they're all the wrong size. They're not Nintendo Switch cartridges. I think that what happened is somebody went over to the PlayStation shelf. I mean, they don't even have the red little Nintendo Switch thing in the corner. So somebody went over to the PlayStation or Xbox shelf, grabbed some of these, brought it over, set them on the Nintendo Switch display, and they're like taking a picture just so that they can laugh at how the internet kind of falls over itself trying to beat each other to the punch. This is like not even a little credible. This doesn't even look a little real, and I don't buy it for a second. Now, does that mean that Black Ops 4 or whatever it's called is not coming to the Switch? No. Maybe it is. EA is projecting that Black Ops is EA, right? I think so. Or is that Activision? Anyway, EA is predicting that Nintendo Switch will hit 30 million consoles by the end of this calendar year, not even fiscal year, by the end of this calendar year. And, it'd be silly for them not to put out a big title on the Switch. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I don't think that GameStop is doing this. I think that this is just some schmo that thinks they're funny. I really don't think that this has any credibility at all. All right, couple of quick things, quick videos that I want you guys to check out, or that you can check out. Ariana Grande, who is, I guess, a pop singer or something, and she's a very good singer. I'd never actually listened to one of her songs before seeing this video. She went on Jimmy Fallon, and Jimmy Fallon and the Roots, they made some guitars and pianos out of Nintendo Labo, and they played like background for her to sing her new song, which was kind of cool. It sounded awesome. It felt like some things were fixed in post, but I mean, what are you going to do? So there's that video. There's also Octo expansion footage that is featuring Rainmaker levels. So I guess you're going to be able to use the Rainmaker in single player stuff now, which is kind of cool. And then I have a brand new video. Actually, I got a bunch of videos that I just put up on my YouTube channel yesterday. I had a little bit of extra time to edit those videos. So first off, I've got a video on there for Dungeon Rushers, which was actually a Twitch highlight. It's a first look, just me playing that game for the first time on the Nintendo Switch. I was not impressed with that game. It looked like it had good gameplay elements, but overall the presentation just felt really, really weak to me. I have a first look video for Knights of Pen and Paper on Switch, which is this cool game where you play a bunch of nerds playing Dungeons and Dragons, which is really awesome. It's got a cool 16-bit art style and chiptunes, background music, and stuff like that. I like it a lot. And then I also had a first look of Garage for Nintendo Switch. That game is very, very gory, and looks like it's going to be one of those games that'll scare the hell out of me. Not for kids. Absolutely not for kids, but check out the video as long as you are old enough. And then finally, Tag Team Wrestling, the latest video from my NES Archive series, where I'm going through all of the old Nintendo games and checking them out. And that's Tag Team Wrestling. Came out 1 year after the Nintendo Entertainment System launched. So there's a whole bunch of videos for you guys to watch, and if you would go there and do all of the things that we do on YouTube, it would really, really help. You know, like it, you could subscribe, things like that. All very useful. Starting to lose my voice. Tubes. Save. All right. All right, before we get out of here, big thanks go out to Easton J. Hayes. They gave Switchcraft a 5-star rating over on Apple Podcasts. They said, I'm relatively new Switch owner, and I came across this podcast a few weeks back and have been hooked ever since. This is definitely one of the best Switch podcasts I found, and definitely would recommend it to anyone with a Switch or anyone interested in one. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Easton J. Haynes. If you want to really help out the show in an absolutely free way, just review the show on whatever platform that is that you use, if it allows you to review it. If not, you can just head on over to runjumpstomp.com/thank-you, and there's a bunch of links there for ways that you can help the show. Don't forget that if you want to watch the full show, you can either do so by heading on over to twitch.tv/runjumpstomp and watching live on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. and on Saturday whenever I can get around to it. Or you can go to youtube.com/runjumpstomp, and I post the videos there after the fact. And it's a lot of fun doing these videos live. So sometimes you're missing out on content because I don't record it all for the audio show. Oh gosh, what was I going to say? I was going to say one other thing before I left, and I can't remember. Oh, yeah. In addition to emailing me at runjumpstomp@gmail.com, you can also call and leave a voicemail at 260-RUN-JUMP. That's 260-786-5867. You can get a hold of me on Twitter at runjumpstomp. You can join the Discord at runjumpstomp.com/discord. All kinds of different ways that you can get a hold of me and join our community. And if you if you are enjoying the music that you listen to on the audio version of this, make sure you check out Tom Winter and Noteblock. Big thanks to the people who show up to the live streams. I really, really appreciate it. The show just would not be the same without you guys. So let me go ahead and thank each and every one of them right now. We've got Kodiak Moonwolf, Back B, Cajun OJ, Cog Whistle, Disco Dave, Aerslia, Harvey P27, Joel Mead 24, Kimbalina 66, Link 31254, Mr. Pokemon, Fisto, Simple Monk, Slow Cool, TF Wagner, Tajem 16, and of course the Lurkers. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me each and every time I record. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye. Man, my voice is going. You can tell it's been a while since I've talked for an extended period of time. Outro, save, and stop recording. Bye-bye, YouTube.